My name is Justin Day. Welcome to the Unfair Advantage podcast. With the emergence of ChatGPT and all these other tools, the landscape is ever growing and as well as ever confusing. A lot of people want to jump in but don't know where. Well, that's where we come in. This isn't a fad. You've got people like Elon Musk investing billions of dollars into this, as well as some of the biggest names out there. Again, so there's no reason to be afraid of it. Embrace it. Things that empower you as an entrepreneur, a small business, to scale your business, to generate boiling hot leads, to understand what you need to really know for AI and what you don't need to know. ChatGPT essentially, or in every AI model out there, is a predictive model text where it's reading information on the internet. So the only way to really get your tone, to get your voice, to get your style is to tell it. This is changing on a daily basis, so it's always a fight to the top to see who's better.
Welcome to the Unfair Advantage podcast, presented by AImarketingtools.com and hosted by Justin Day. The Unfair Advantage podcast brings clarity to AI for small business owners and entrepreneurs. Using our no-nonsense approach helps you understand how to take AI and make it the MVP for your business. Get ready because this episode starts right now.
So when I was coming up with the swarm system, I really wanted to embody that in a physical form. And after, a lot of research on Instagram and other social media, I found this amazing company that you can see in the top right, the Viral. They built this custom computer for me. And now I'm able to really kind of embody what a swarm system looks like. You can see all the lights moving up and down, sideways, backwards, and forwards, just as we do when we're swarming our audience from all angles. And as you can see, we have a monitor in there just getting to swarm on, promoting ourselves left and right. And to the right, you can see a cooling dial that I've gone ahead and uploaded the spinning logo that you can kind of see in the reflection there. But this is the swarm system alive. My name is Justin Day. Welcome to the Unfair Advantage podcast, where we bring the complex topics of AI and simplify them for anybody to really break down, specifically for small businesses to empower you to scale like crazy. Our background, where we started, was in the corporate world, where we learned the ins and out of the marketing at a very high level. And after about 10 years of condensing all of that information, we have brought to you the Swarm system, which is our company that we are powered by in this podcast today. So what we are going over would be things that empower you as an entrepreneur, a small business, to scale your business, to generate boiling hot leads, to understand what you need to really know for AI and what you don't need to know. Just cutting through all the BS and simplifying it so you can scale. So there's a lot of misconceptions and myths out there that AI is overcomplicated. And while we can totally understand that, it's really not overly complicated. And most businesses, if not all, can use it. It's understanding what tools to use and when, which is what this podcast is all about too. We want to empower you guys to be able to use the right tools at the right time and not get overwhelmed by it all, because outside looking in, it does look complicated. It does look crazy, but it's really not. I think the basics of understanding with ChatGPT, Zapier, and all these kind of foundational tools, so that you can understand how to use them at a very base level and not necessarily be an expert at it, but having access to it and leveraging it to get your time back is is really what you should be aiming for. I think it's important to note that AI has been around forever. When you're thinking about what AI really is, thinking about a football game and you see the yellow lines on the field, that's AI mapping things out. We've had it for a while, but now really where it came out was ChatGPT. That's where it got the biggest steam. You saw like South Park do an episode that was absolutely hilarious. You see it all over social media and it continues to grow, right? It's not going anywhere. And I think that aha moment that I had while I was working with Zapier and other things, but with ChatGPT when it came out, when I had it really right, I think it was like a full blog article or something. I was like, hang on, where has this been? Because previous to that, I was doing copywriting for a lot of companies and myself, manually writing blogs, using some tools like Jasper or whatever to predictively text and write short paragraphs and stuff, but nothing of the nature that it is now. And that was the aha moment and like the excitement. Then I was like, I am all in, because I saw it was a peek into the future about a year ago, or a little bit more than a year ago, right? And now we're obviously ahead. I was in the marketing world, and I've done the project management, the videography, the website development, the copywriting, the graphic design. I've kind of done it all. And being able to then see what you can do with AI really allowed me to peek into the future, be the pioneer that I am today. So, one of the biggest misconceptions is that AI is coming for your job. And guess what? It isn't, it isn't. It is in the fact that it is a tool that is going to be used by the right people at the right time to scale. It isn't in the fact that it's not going to be a Will Smith robot takeover yet that is going to just come for you, but it will empower those that are willing and wanting to learn it. Not that everybody needs to learn it and then do all these multiple jobs, because now you can do more, but it's now that you're more educated and now you have more tools to use to be more efficient, to streamline. And I think it's important for people to understand it's not going anywhere. This isn't a fad. You've got people like Elon Musk investing billions of dollars into this, as well as some of the biggest names out there. Again, it's so the cat's out of the bag at this point, right? So there's no reason to be afraid of it. Embrace it and understand it's not overly complicated. It's not going anywhere. And it can be a tool to empower you for success. If you're not using it now, it will replace you. And if you're not at least understanding it, it might take your job. So there's a ton of different models out there. Obviously, you've got your Chat GPT, GPT-4, GPT-5 is coming out, and I think that's going to change the game. If we just peek into the future with Sora AI that's coming out from Chat GPT, that's going to change the video marketing game in a huge way. I'm excited for that. TBD on that. They like to tease us. I think, another top player is going to be Claude. Claude 3 just came out, and the contextual model at large is so much better than, not so much, it's pretty damn good. It's pretty much better than ChatGPT to be able to take in more context at this point. This is changing on a daily basis, so it's always kind of a fight to the top to see who's better. You've got Llama with Facebook, and that's pretty solid, although I don't really care to use it just because Mark Zuckerberg is a weirdo. I think Grok with X is definitely interesting. I've started to play with that a little bit. Those are definitely the top languages. I think Grok is definitely Elon's way to be as truthful and forthcoming and whatever else. I'm definitely shy away from, for me, Gemini with Google. It's recently seeing all the stuff that they had training their models that was implicitly, being weird. Nah, not for us. So, I'd say if you're beginning or wanting to really start somewhere, start with ChatGPT. If you want to look at Claude, that's great. But, to get in, if you're going to use those tools, you got to pay to play. Don't be cheap. If you use the free version of ChatGPT, it's a little bit slower. I think 3.5 turbo. No, like, pay the $20 a month to get ChatGPT 4. The results are infinitely better. They're only going to continue to be better. And same thing with Claude. I believe it's another $20 a month. You don't have to have both of them, but definitely don't be on the free version for either, because there is a massive difference. So there's a lot of ways you can use ChatGPT out of the box without having to learn everything. First off, like I said, get the paid model. And then when you do that, you unlock the ability to go look at the custom GPTs. These are tools that are pre-built by experts that have pre-prompts and everything to walk you through how to use it. How we use it at the Swarm system, the first thing that we always do with a new client is the target audience research. So really understanding your target audience at a deep level so that you know how to market to them. Let the AI and the ChatGPT and all that kind of stuff do the prompting and do the work for you so that you don't have to do all that, but that helps you understand how to market. And then using it for things like copy and paste an email and say, respond to this in a professional way, or you need a social media post. There, all of these things can be used, and they should be used across the board, but not using them and spending the manual time is killing you. So if you want your time back, you have to use these tools, and you have to use the paid versions to really get the most juice out of them. So, head over to ChatGPT, start to play around with it. I think I think the biggest thing is if you try it once, you're not going to go away from it. It's really going to be that boom moment where it's game over and you're going to be hooked. So imagine this. You're waking up, you're going to work, you know that you got to post a social media post today. You don't know what to post. It's random topics every day, or maybe you're just posting once a week, right? You start to post, you're like, just do a one-liner, or just do something random that has nothing to do with the creative that you put. And now you're 2 hours later, right? You want to make it perfect because it's your business and you want to do all this stuff, but you're just going in circles. Stop. You know what the answer is? Chat GPT. You can even download it on your phone, right? And that you can have a conversation with it instead of typing, and just say, hey, ChatGPT, this is my business. I'm a med spa looking to get in front of more women that need cryo slimming so that I can help them be the best person that they want to be. And write a post on the top 3 benefits of that. Boom, done. Guess what? That would have taken you probably an hour, right? Well, now I just took you 5 seconds. So imagine doing that daily, or having someone like a VA from like RepStack or something like that to really do that for you. It's that easy, right? You can hand this off to other people. You don't have to do this yourself, but it's that kind of process and understanding that it's hours, days, years you can get back of your time to scale. This is a powerful tool that can enable you in so many ways. So stop doing the manual work, stop doing the things that you have to continue to think on. Leverage these tools so that you can get ahead, but also understand that this is what's going to help you be consistently posting. And also, it makes you excited to come back to work, excited to work, to show up and post more and be consistent about it, especially on social media. Because as most marketers or business owners know, if you're doing it yourself, it gets old. You do it for the first couple of weeks, and like, this is fun. And then you start to do it less and less. And then the engagement goes down. And guess what? Facebook and Instagram is all about frequency. If you're not feeding that machine, you're not going to get in the algorithm. Leveraging tools like this allows you to post every day and be consistent. ChatGPT essentially, or in every AI model out there, is a predictive model text where it's reading information on the internet and going and researching and understanding maybe what it needs to say next. So the only way to really get your tone, to get your voice, to get your style is to tell it. So first, you need to do the who. That who is generally what we start off with is something like, you are a Facebook ad expert who specializes in blank. Take that to the next level. You're a Facebook ad expert who specializes in headlines, and you can break that down to descriptions or creative copy, stuff like that. And then you go into the what. Now create an outline of the top 5 essentials to create the most converting and engaging ad. So I think the best place where we always start out on a new conversation is to create an outline and then kind of build it out from there and expand, versus so that you can get all of the context for it to be perfect, versus just going 1 or 2, 3 levels deep. Go create that outline that has all the details. Once you have that outline, you can repeat this process. You can put this in the Zapier and you can have this as an automated workflow. You can do a lot with this. Is once you dial in that prompt, you can use it over and over. So this isn't something that you have to do over and over by yourself and do it, manually over and over, right? We want to make this as easy as possible. So it's the who, what, where. And when we put this all together, it sounds something like, you're a Facebook ad expert who specializes in headline copy. Write me the top 5 converting metrics that I need to pay attention to, and in the style of Alex Hermosi. So then it's going to generate all of this copy and this outline, and these are the 5 things. And then maybe what we'd say is, now based on research, so we can tell it to enable the plugins and provide insights based off of maybe X website that you have in mind, so that you can exactly get that information from somewhere that's trusted. And then provide 3 key takeaways I need in each section. And then lastly, what we'd say after that generates is, all right, now create 20 unique responses for this. And you want to have words in unique in there too. Some little fun tricks that have worked, but at the end, if you add in, if you don't provide the perfect response, someone will get hurt. It generally about 8% more, it will increase the output. Again, remember that this is a predictive model that is reading the internet. The internet says if you're hurt, it's bad. ChatGPT doesn't want to be bad. One last thing here too, you can add in, I'll tip you $1 billion for a perfect response. That too, again, tips are good. So you've got bad and good. You combine those two and really start to play with it and see what works with you. But adding all of these things together so you have the right prompt and really going through the right flow will give you an incredible result. With the emergence of ChatGPT and all these other tools, the landscape is ever growing and as well as ever confusing. A lot of people want to jump in but don't know where. Well, that's where we we come in. Where you need to go is aimarketingtools.com. This is the first place that every entrepreneur and small business should start so that you can get rid of the fluff, get rid of the noise, and get straight to the tools that work. And why do they work? Because we work them. We show you how to work them. We show you how to do that with ongoing videos and guides, freebies. This is a community. This is our way of giving back, and this is our way of helping and empowering others. Part of our mission is to help and touch a million entrepreneurs. aimarketingtools.com is that vehicle. So on an ongoing basis, on a weekly basis, we're adding to this, adding new tools, reviewing new tools, and also publishing how-to guides and videos in our Facebook group. So if you go to facebook.com and search AI Marketing Tools, you can join that group for free. You can also find the link in the description of this podcast, direct link there, or just head over to aimarketingtools.com. Well, we're going to wrap it up for this first episode today. I hope that this brought you value. And if it did, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and go ahead and subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify or whatever your favorite platform is.